the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. And, of course, Hassan Whiteside. We've seen him playing by instinct, still learning.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but, again, no need on that one.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Here's Thomas.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
To the inside. No luck. Now the Celtics take it the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Hayward. The shot is off. Great D that time from LeBron. Love outside. They get it back. Some solid defense from Brown.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Hayward dishes to Brown. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Irving against Thomas. Irving drives in, and that one's good.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Now, here's Thomas, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Thomas against LeBron. Here's Whiteside, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Irving with the ball. Now, Thomas defending. Love the pass to Smith. Shot clock at 5. A floater. Morris with the rebound.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
And here's Hayward. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Irving drives in. Whiteside. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Hayward against James. Hayward can hit. So Over Cleveland, their last game, a win against Charlotte.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You've got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
The Cavaliers leading. LeBron outside. By Love. Kicks to Irving. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
Here's the screen. He dishes it to James. And Hayward with the block. Morris passes to Hayward. Kicks it to Morris. Banked in off the glass. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and of course the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Whiteside. Korver comes in for James. Shumpert is checked in for Smith. Darren Williams is subbed in for Irving. And stolen by Darren Williams. Korver kicks to Shumpert. Right side, Williams. With the teardrop. Korver gets a wide open look. And another three for Cleveland. And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
The Cavaliers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Here's Thomas. That's tipped. A chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. Has become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him. Nothing rattles him.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got T. Isaiah Thomas out there with Brown, and it's Hayward. And it's Morris in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Picked by Williams. Korver kicks to Williams. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
T. He's guarded by Love. T. Got it. Good job in the low post. T's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's Pekovic. No good. And it's Boston the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And that was a game where you just sensed that they would get it going and somehow be able to come out with the victory, but just not in the cards on that night.
Well, you had a little more faith in them than I did. I mean, I just never saw any signs of real life there that could be sustained.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Whiteside's checked in for Love. LeBron comes in for Kyle Korver. Smith checked in for Shumpert. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Williams.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
You were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns. In their first meeting, he took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared him down as he was hitting shots, looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
And you can see when he has the basket in his sights, he's going to attack. And once he's in tight, he is a terrific finisher.
Smart dishes to Uredko. Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Rozier, he's checked in for Boston. Smart misses. The Cavaliers leading by 9. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Here's Rozier. James covering. That is good. Smart's got his first 2 points.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And, you know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you play and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Clutch, he's checked in for G, and it's Mickey in for Uredko. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Smith. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte. Irving passes to Pekovic. Mickey grabs the board.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
In the corner, Crowder with it. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And LeBron James gets it to go.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Got that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to 5 there thanks to the basket from Rozier.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close. Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Trying his luck deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Smith kicks to LeBron. There's 31 seconds left in the first half. In the corner, Irving with it. And another miss by Cleveland.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
So the Celtics call timeout, their first. So both teams making some changes here. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first half. Thomas goes in. Here's Brown. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. 6 points for Champ. James with it. 1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Cavaliers on top.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They lead by 5. Let's start with you, Kenny. What did you think?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
They're giving up way too many good looks. You want to keep your opponent under 50% shooting? They have not done that. What's the solution? Maybe more ball pressure, more physicality down low. Whatever it is, Ernie, they need to figure it out.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
It's been tough for them to try to slow down LeBron. He's got 10 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Whiteside in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Watching Kevin Love, he can do everything on the offensive end, Clark. He's been that way really his entire career, going back to high school.
Yeah, his game is low to the ground, too. No explosive moves or dunks. He takes you on and beats you with skill. Good footwork, smooth shot, sharp passer, and an excellent IQ.
James kicks to Love. Irving drives in, but he recovers it. Second shot opportunity, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go. Celtics trail by 10. On the wing, Brown. Covered by Smith. Brown inside. He's against Smith. Brown, good.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Thomas against Irving. Pass to Love. Whiteside dishes to Smith. The 10-footer. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Love's got the lead up to 10 now for the Cavs.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason. Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
Boston making a switch here. Mickey's checked in. Here's Thomas. What a terrific move that was.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Cleveland leading by 8. Well, for J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade.
Smart's checked in for Brown. Smith right side, feeds it to Irving. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Here's Smart. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. J.R. Smith picks one up. Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Pekovic is checked in. Can't cash in from close range. Thomas against Irving. Upside Thomas. He had his back to the basket for over 5. That'll be a turnover. From long range or short, the small forwards on this list have been on target for the past 10 games, leading their position in field goal percentage. 5th on the list, LeBron James.
And that tells you about their ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively. I mean, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of a percent.
That's accurate, but you can't do what they've done without a superb outside shot as well. I mean, that's not a problem for this group. They certainly can drain the jump shot.
Morris with the bucket.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. The drive by James. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Smith's got his 2nd basket of the night. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 so far in the 3rd quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Hayward passes to Thomas. And that's collected by Love.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
James kicks to Irving. And stolen by Thomas. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Here's Hayward. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low. Really difficult for them to defend.
The drive by LeBron. That's good. LeBron's got 4 points this quarter.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Now here's Smart, covered by LeBron. Back to Hayward. Pass to Mickey. 6 on the shot clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for LeBron James. He's around 18 points per game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
Well, his mindset allows him to stack those points up. He wants to carry the load, and clearly he does.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Mon Shumpert has come in for Smith, and it's Williams in for Irving. And a new group in for the Celtics. Clutch, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Jay Crowder comes in for Gordon Hayward. Green, he's checked in for Marcus Smart. And it's Rozier in for Thomas. Celtics making a switch here. G's checked in. Rozier, the pass to Clutch. In the corner, Crowder with it. Boston, no good that time either. The Cavaliers leading by 10.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Last year, when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Williams dishes to LeBron. Down low, here's Korver. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists now in this one.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Green passes to Clutch. Now here's Crowder, guarded by Korver. Crowder kicks to Green. Lets the 3 fly. Shot by Crowder, no good. For Cleveland, they've gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. They're running on up the court. That is good, and the Cavaliers lead got down to 8 on the bucket from Green.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Here's G, and it is good at the fourth quarter, just moments away now as we welcome you back. Cleveland leading by 8. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Brown out there with Isaiah Thomas. And it's Hayward. Then it's T. And it's Morris in at the 5 spot. Williams attacking. 6 to shoot. Inside. Right side.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
T. He's covered by Whiteside. Thomas against Irving. Upside Thomas. And the layup's good off the glass.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Williams kicks to LeBron. Here's Whiteside, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead.
Morris inside. He's covered by Whiteside. And Whiteside sends it back. And he's able to get it back. Hayward goes in. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Darren Williams. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Here's Irving. Dishes it to Pekovic. Whiteside a screen. Hayward against James. He kicks it to Whiteside. Pekovic passes to Irving. 5 to shoot. Morris with the block. Thomas dishes to Morris. Celtics passing it around. There's the pass to T. And stolen by LeBron. Thomas against Irving. Irving double team. Smith kicks to Whiteside. Irving passes to Whiteside. And he goes in for the dunk.
Check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Brad Stevens had some words for his team over the break. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we've put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Kevin Love's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Smith against Brown. Smith dishes to LeBron. Back to Smith. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. 6 points for Smith. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Irving against Thomas. Shot's good. Irving's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cavs.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Thomas inside, covered by Irving. Can't get it to go.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence. Clark his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah, right. And for Smith and his confidence, last year, even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
Hayward goes in and stolen by Kyrie Irving.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Cavaliers.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Well, the ball movement was good. The player movement was excellent, and you only get assists when guys make shots.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that third meeting.
And maybe it goes without saying, but they had no answer for Irving. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Morris kicks to Thomas. Back to Morris. He feeds it to Thomas. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside Irving.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Great frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
And he makes both free throws. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in.
Thank you, Kevin.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's Kyrie Irving.
His work distributing the basketball was tremendous. Always had his head up, looking to create easy shots for his teammates. It motivates your team when a guy's passing like that. Makes them run lanes faster, cut to the basketball faster, and then that results in success.
Kyrie, this dude is a composed, mature leader. Along with all that mental strength, he's got such an incredible feel for the game. He runs the floor, he passes beautifully, and he can shoot from lights out from anywhere on the court.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Alright, let's see if we can win one game. I don't know. I haven't played a whole lot of this.
We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burns. Look at the Clippers. Challenging part of the schedule, and this is where they need to buckle down and take care of business.
Down with injuries.
Yeah, and they're in the middle of a tough stretch of games they've got coming up. I mean, they're excited about it, and it's going to serve as a real benchmark for them, finding out exactly where they stand in the league.
Yeah, and some top-tier opponents coming in, a chance to test themselves against
Kinda
the best our league has to offer. So those are the challenges that they face, but they have to approach those as opportunities.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Johnson is out there with Evan Turner, and it's Rivers, then it's Jeff Withey, and it's Crawford at the shooting guard position. And you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft, but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical.
Here's Turner after Gordon Hayward's bucket. And Turner kicks to Johnson. Right through the knee for the layup.
I'm gonna have to take
Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against Milwaukee.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and
guys.
power.
I didn't think I'd have to switch to them to rebound.
Crawford against Brown.
As bad as they are in real life.
The second chance effort. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
Here's Crawford following the bucket by the Celtics. And Jim gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
The Celtics making a switch here. Smart's checked in. It's tipped. They recover it. And he recovers it. Good.
2 blocks.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Hayward against Johnson. Now here's Hayward. He's covered closely. Thomas down low. He's guarded by Rivers. Thomas, no good.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Johnson gets the bucket.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
No good. Now Boston takes it the other way. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, really a rare treat for the fans. The only time they'll get to see this matchup all season.
Inter-conference action here. 2 games in all between these two teams. It'll be fun to watch.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Clutch comes in for Marcus Morris, and it's Mickey in for T. The Clippers also changing it up. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Withy. Spates comes in for Joe Johnson. And it's Felton in for Jamal Crawford. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Felton. Misses off the left iron. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, the inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
Now here's Turner. 8 points his last outing. He kicks it to Spates. Unloads from 13. And he connects with the jumper.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Taken away by Felton. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch, and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold, the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Crowder, he's checked in for Hayward. Green comes in for Smart. And it's Rozier in for Thomas. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Now here's Crowder. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. To end the drought. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. G's checked in for Clutch, and Urebko is subbed in for Mickey. Now here's Felton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Now here's Rivers. Defense right on him. There's the feed to Azili, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. He's getting his first.
There he is.
Free throw attempt of the night right now. And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. Here's Rozier. He's guarded by Rivers. Here's Green. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here's Johnson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Felton is up top. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And Clippers head coach Doc Rivers told us earlier he wants to. Doc Rivers is really a master motivator, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's almost jiu-jitsu, the way he takes something like criticism and Clark turns it into a compliment.
How could you not want to play for Doc? I mean, he's the ultimate players coach and the kind of guy his players would do anything for. He's played the game, and he's a tremendous communicator.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive guys on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
Thomas is out there with Brown. Then it's T, and it's Hayward, and it's Morris in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Los Angeles. T, the pass to Morris. Brown outside.
Morris isn't very good.
5 to shoot. Shoots from 12. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer. And Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is. Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Felton kicks to Crawford.
No way.
His 3-pointer's off the mark. Boston trailing. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Hayward. And it's all evened up. Hayward's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The Clippers shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Felton goes in. Iffy throws it down with the quick putback jam.
That's how to make your mark on the board, with an emphatic finish.
Oh, Clark, he was savage on that second opportunity.
And really, those types of possessions, guys, can be really demoralizing for the defense.
G's checked in for the Celtics. Smart comes in for Isaiah Thomas. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Smart passes to T. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. It's Crawford with the drive. Crawford with another miss.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Brown down low. Johnson on him. Brown dishes to G. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the Clippers get called for the foul. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Clutch, he's checked in for Morris. Johnson right side. And Turner the bucket on the assist by Johnson. Turner's got his second basket of the night.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
They set the pick. Brown outside. Out to the wing. Here's T. Hits it from three-point range. T's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Turner kicks to Felton. Johnson outside. Now here's Turner. He's guarded closely. Just 5 to shoot. Felton can't get it to go.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Here's Smart. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Celtics haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Mickey's checked in for G. Crowder comes in for T. And it's Rozier in for Brown. The Celtics have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And for Raymond Felton last year was nothing short of a disaster. Missed the first 31 games with an ankle injury sustained in preseason. And he played for a poor team. And things, you know, Greg, being the leader, the ball handler like you were, they just never got much better for Felton as the season went on.
Yeah, problem when you have that issue early on, the season isn't going to wait for you.
Right.
You know, you're basically in catch-up mode, and so because of that, he never got into any kind of a rhythm when he was available to play, and that's not surprising, given that he averaged less than 10 minutes a game for the season after averaging 33 a game for his entire career.
Austin's gone 1 or 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Rozier. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Rozier's got the lead up to 2 now for Boston. The Clippers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. For 3, Felton. Shot is no good. Great D that time from Green.
And, you know, getting back to Raymond Felton, it looked at one point like he would become the league's next great playmaker. Drafted 5th overall in 2005, immediately after Darren Williams and Chris Paul. Felton never quite reached the stratosphere of his fellow draft mates.
Now, here's Felton. Spates sets a screen. Felton attacking. On the wing, Johnson, guarded by Green. Johnson gets the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Green, and stolen by Spates. And here's the fast break. Felton leading the way. Fires the 3. And Spates with the basket on the assist by Felton. Spates has got 5 points so far.
And one last thought about Raymond Felton. I really feel like he's at that classic crossroads in one's career. If his conditioning is there, if he's healthy, he still has the skills and the moxie to make a difference. It just comes down to him wanting to make that effort, which gets harder after a decade of wear and tear on your body.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Boston. Isaiah Thomas comes in for Rozier. And stolen by Spates. Here's Azili, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. Well, he holds the reins to this team, and we're seeing some examples, guys.
And that's the kind of take-charge leadership that every team desperately needs.
And he can't hit the second. Thomas with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Lays it up and banks it in.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Clippers lead by 1.
Hey, Kevin, I've got Joe, and you started out with a great first half and seemed to have that extra boost in your game tonight. Did you feel you needed to take on a bigger role?
I'm just trying to be more assertive, man, on both ends of the court. You know, I think everybody has to step up, so I'm just trying to do my part.
An assertive Joe is an effective Joe. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. And
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead for them during the period. And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first. Third quarter starting here now. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been. And he's been very efficient so far.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. We've got Crawford. Johnson is out there with Turner. And it's Rivers, and it's Withy in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And, guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
Back to Turner. And stolen by Hayward. And Thomas, here we go. 7-foot shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Greg, you talked about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Johnson the screen. There's Crawford with the 3. Crawford missing again.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
The Celtics have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. And Morris drops them both. Now here's Crawford. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Withy. And Boston with the rebound.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Thomas goes in. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Isaiah Thomas.
And both free throws good for Thomas.
Looking at the game for Thomas, he has 8 points, and he's hit 6 shots from the charity stripe, contributing to their offense.
And you know what? When he's had the opportunity, he's been in attack mode, and that's what led to those points at the line.
Brown against Crawford. Boston making some changes. Jerebko's checked in for Hayward. And Smart subbed in for Thomas.
First team foul. Checking in for your Celtics. Jonas Jerebko. Marcus Smart.
There's a screen. Johnson kicks to Turner. They need this. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Rivers. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And why don't we quickly go to the 2K leaderboard and find out which shooting guards have been the hottest at the free throw line this season. Third is Jamal Crawford.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a three-point play the hard way.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think even if they get whistled for a fair number of charge calls because of that aggressive mindset, it's worth it. When you're an elite free throw shooter, and these guys are, I think you've always got to be aggressive in trying to get yourself to the foul line.
And that one goes in. And as he is fouled, it'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
That's tipped. Turner with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Rivers.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Ball's knocked loose. Morris kicks to G. Leans inside. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Clark, when you take a look at Joe Johnson, and if you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that first or second scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Mickey's checked in for Marcus Morris. T comes in for G. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Jerebko. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Marcus Smart. Here's Turner. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Hayward against Felton. Hayward passes to T. And stolen by Spates. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight, Kevin. As a matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting whatever they want.
Outside, Green. They get a hand on it, and so the Clippers with another turnover. Outside, Turner. He dishes it to Ezeli. Comes up empty off the pick.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And that was good. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Hayward can hit.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
No good.
Now coming onto the court are your Celtics dancers.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Hayward out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Brown. And it's Thomas in at the point guard position. That's the Boston 5. Ezeli dishes to Crawford. Misfires after coming off the pick. Boston trailing. Brown kicks to Hayward. Got a piece of it. 3-on-3. Tries to keep it alive. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Here's Ezeli. Here's Withy, and it's sent back by Morris. Thomas against Rivers. Thomas inside. Shoots from the right block. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Rivers kicks to Johnson. Lets it go from 11, and he hits the jump shot. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 steals.
Oh!
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really,
Good try.
In a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw. Courtesy of Pia. And taken away by Johnson. Rivers against Thomas. And here's Rivers. Johnson outside. Tries it from 19. Hayward grabs the board. Hayward's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Brown against Johnson. Johnson with the block. Crawford outside. Pass to Rivers. To the paint. And it's blocked by Brown. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, there's those who wonder if Gordon Hayward can lead a team to the promised land. However, as just a sophomore, he led a non-powerhouse college to a championship game. So, in fact, they were just 1 basket away from winning it all.
T's checked in for Boston. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Turner's checked in. Going back to Hayward, he took that buzzer-beating half-court shot, Clark, that would have won his school the championship. You actually called that game. And it did hit the backboard and rim, but unfortunately did not go in.
Well, Hayward's the kind of guy who's willing to put his team on his back and try to carry him. He's willing to take that responsibility on. Whether he can deliver at the highest level, time will tell.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Now Rivers. Passes it to Crawford. And he overshot that one, missing. It's Brown on the wing, guarded by Crawford. Brown, good.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
T, Turner covering. T, the pass to Morris. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Brown, a strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Brown's got 4 points this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 1:53 left in the game. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Clutch, he's checked in for Morris. Jay Crowder comes in for Gordon Hayward. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Brown. And Smart subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Crawford with the steal. Outside Turner. Johnson right side. Turner dishes to Wither. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Crawford right side. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Now it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. And the new group in for the Celtics. Mickey's checked in for Clutch. Brown comes in for Jay Crowder. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Green. And Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Thomas against Rivers. And Thomas, here we go. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Isaiah Thomas.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does, and that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They lead by 2. 1:09 left to play here in the fourth. Marcus Morris is checked in for Mickey.
Checking in for your Celtics, Marcus Morris.
.109 left in the fourth. Shots good by Turner.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
No luck. Some solid defense from Brown. The Celtics have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And here comes the break. Rivers kicks to Withy. There's a good screen. Crawford left side. Shot clock at 6. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're losing by 4. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in.
Checking in for your Celtics.
He hits Brown with the drive. It's good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know what? It isn't over yet. A quick score and a foul.
And perhaps a few missed free throws, and they're right back in it. So it all has to happen fast, but it could happen.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Hayward hits them both.
Big-time trip to the line there, bringing this down to a one-possession game.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the 3 and be the 3 if that's going to happen.
Misses the 3. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. Gets the first. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. Misses the shot. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Well, Joe, how important was
the 2K Sports postgame show?
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Joe Johnson. His veteran leadership was the key factor in this game. His years of... And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille...